All right, 97.7 Outlaw Radio FM listeners, you already know what time it is, and right here, right now, we are actually live in full effect, and we actually have multi-platinum, Grammy award-winning hip-hop artist and former member of the St. Lunatics. We have the one and only Murphy Lee right here, live on the line, man. How are you doing this evening?
I'm good. How you doing today, man? What's up with it?
Oh, I'm doing great, man. Best as I can possibly be down here in Canada, just dealing with a terrible snowstorm, but that's Canadian weather, man. Hope everything is all good out there in St. Louis.
Yeah, it's about to get even more crazy. It's snow already down, but it's about to get worse in a minute.
But Murphy, I know you're a busy guy, man, so I'm going to dive right into this interview, man. But I want to take you back to the beginning of your iconic career this far, and I have to ask, like, what actually got you into the music industry initially, man? Because you are an absolute icon within hip hop.
The thing to do, man. I was good at sports, but I probably wasn't pro good, and then I also wasn't good at selling drugs. And I think my other only choice, it felt like as a kid, was to be a rapper. So I, I chose that route.
And I got to say, you know what I mean? You definitely chose the right route, man, because you are definitely sick with it on the microphone.
Yeah, man. Appreciate that, man. I love this thing called music.
And also, as we already know and the world knows, you were a former member of the iconic St. Louis hip hop group called the St. Lunatics. I always wanted to know, man, what is the story behind this iconic group? And of course, what made all you childhood friends come together to form this iconic group?
Probably because we was doing everything else together already, you know what I'm saying? So why not rap? It started off as like a Wu-Tang situation where it was a million people in one room and us five was the only thing left, so made it happen.
The one thing I have to say about this group that I love the most is you guys all have different styles and different flows, but when you guys got together on a record, it just came naturally and just sounded so right.
Yeah, man, we gel well. We gel well, man. They're my brothers, man. I think that's first and foremost, so it worked out. I think the love of music, the love of different types of music, not wanting to sound the same, and bring that all together in one big gumbo. I think that would have made it work too. You know what I'm saying? The knowledge of how we should do it and how it looked and the plan for it and everything behind it, behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? Like that plays a part in it too. So I think we was all smart enough to use all our heads and make it happen.
And also on June 5th of 2021, while we're still on the topic of the St. Lunatics, you guys actually released the debut studio album that actually sold 100,996 copies actually in its first week. I was wondering if you can tell our listeners a bit more about this iconic album, because I got to say, always has been one of my favorite projects since the year 2001.
Yeah, man, Free City was so fun making. I think that's one of the most underrated albums of all time. I can't even say underrated because it gets its props. So everybody who have heard it and who did buy it loved it. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's nobody who's like, I got the album and I didn't like it. Never that. So, but I think it wasn't in enough homes because it could have been a universal classic. You know what I'm saying? I love that album. And we just wanted to hold it down for our brother City, man, who was locked away at the time. So we had to make it happen, man, for the city.
And I gotta say as well, I still have my first CD copy that I actually bought back, I believe it was July, a month after it came out. And I gotta say, my favorite go-to joint off that record is actually "Summer in the City," man. I love your verse on that record.
Yeah, man. That was my football flow. I love that. I love that song too, man. That's one of my favorites.
And also, the following year in 2002, you were actually featured on Jermaine Dupri's hit single, "Welcome to Atlanta Coast to Coast Remix." I was wondering if you can actually tell our listeners a story behind this song, and of course, what was it like working alongside Puff Daddy, Snoop Dogg, and of course, Ludacris as well?
Oh man, it was great. When we did the verse, didn't know that none of them were on the song. All I knew was JD was doing the remix. And so I just went in, man, and just was happy that he was able to let a young guy like myself bless his soul, man. So, you know, I always looked up to Jermaine Dupri. I'm a big Chris Cross fan. All of that. So it's crazy that it came about like that. And to see him come all the way to St. Louis to shoot the video was amazing. You know what I'm saying? It was just it just made it all right. You know, so I think that was the change of where I saw Murphy Lee that day. You know what I'm saying? I think that was the change of it right there at the video shoot.
And I also heard as well that actually it was supposed to be Nelly on that song. I have to ask, what actually made Nelly decide to actually give you that verse? Because I gotta say, you absolutely stole the song with that verse, in my personal opinion.
Appreciate it. I thought I knew that answer, but I don't think. You probably have to ask Nelly. Excuse me, what the really's behind it. But I think the Universal wouldn't let him do more. He was on like 3 or 4 features. But he just did Jagged Edge, so he was just right, like he had just did something before Jermaine Dupri. And I think Universal Records was probably hating on that situation, so he asked could I be on it.
And before we move off the topic of Welcome to Atlanta, the one thing I've always wondered was, did you guys actually gather up together in the recording studio to record that song, or did you guys kind of record in separate studios and just send Jermaine the audio after it was done?
I don't know how they did it, but I sent my audio to Jermaine. No, I wasn't. Like I said, I didn't even know who was on the song. All I knew was that I had a chance to be on it, so I just did mine and just free-handed. But yeah, I didn't know Puff was on it and Snoop Dogg either. So that was cool. That was another gift.
And I gotta say, it must have been such an amazing surprise, actually, just hearing that song when it debuted, actually realizing who was actually on that particular song with you.
Yeah, man. That was like a milestone, man. That was definitely on my bucket list.
And also, again, the following year, man, you actually collaborated with Puff Daddy again, but this time alongside Nelly for the iconic song Shake Your Tail Feather that actually appears on the Bad Boy 2 soundtrack. I was wondering if you can actually tell us more about this iconic song. And of course, how did you guys originally become a part of that iconic movie soundtrack?
Oh, man, we got the call while I was recording my first album, Murphy's Law. This is the last 2 beats that I got for my album, and man, I got the phone call just in time. Asked, do we have a song for it, and we came up with something crazy. And you know, we recorded out at Puff Studio. That was iconic. Man, he was there while we were recording it. You know what I'm saying? It was just a moment, man. Another milestone in my life. Like I said, I appreciate them times.
And I have to ask as well, pertaining to that song, did you guys ever get the opportunity to actually visit the Bad Boys, filming locations, or did you just stay on the soundtrack side of things?
No, actually, well, I guess we did, because we kind of shot the video, some of the same shots that the movie was in. So I guess but it wasn't. We definitely wasn't on set. The movie was done already, we was part of promotion.
And also as well, that song actually landed you a Grammy Award for Best Rap Performance by a Duo or Group. I was wondering if you can tell us a bit more about that monumental night in your career. And of course, what was it like just being up there alongside Diddy and Nelly accepting that prestigious award?
Oh, man, that's amazing to get an award like that. I could have picked a lot of people, man. That song did so well. That's crazy. That was my first single dropping off Murphy's Law. Like, that's nuts to even be a part of that. So, you know, just accept it like it's accepted, man. I appreciate it like no other, man. I was just a kid, man, just living, you know. So it was super dope. Words can't explain it. You know, words can't explain when your song does that well.
And I gotta say as well, man, it's not every day that you actually have a Grammy Award-winning song actually on your debut studio album, man. I don't know how many other artists, or if there is any artists within hip-hop history that actually made that happen, man, but you definitely did.
Yeah, man, I was able to put that on 2 albums, so Bad Boy 2 soundtrack did very well, and then my album did well too, so it was just a joyous summer and fall.
And I gotta say, with Murphy's Law, man, another song on that project that I have to bring up that I personally feel should have won a Grammy as well is actually "What the Hook Gonna Be," man, because that song is absolutely iconic.
Appreciate that, man. That's one of my favorites. Also, yeah, man, that's one of them ones, man. I think it was very clever on how we did the hook. Um, I think it's never been done before, and that beat was just amazing to finally get on. Because Jermaine probably hasn't done a hip hop beat since Welcome to Atlanta, really. He was doing all R&B, things of that nature. So we got him back in this hip hop land and got that beat from him. So it was amazing.
And I have to ask, pertaining to that song, what actually made you guys decide to put it together like that, man? Because just that was, in my personal opinion, it went together so smoothly. It was like peanut butter and jelly, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, it was just that easy, man. The beat was made. He made the beat pretty quick, left the room, didn't really want it. I started writing to it, no hook, just, I went in there and laid 3 verses, no hook on it. You know what I'm saying? And that's usually we never do that. We always hook first type of group. So it was funny that I did that. And came back like 2 days later with a hook that said no hook.
And I gotta say, it definitely is a phenomenal joint, man. I remember it actually peaking at number 17 in the U.S. charts, man. It definitely was. It was staying there for a while.
Yeah, it did very well, man. What the hook gonna be kind of late on folks, it went over people's heads for a second, but then like 3 months later, next thing you know, it was right back on the chart. So I appreciate that song, man. It's one of my favorites. We still city to city with that song to this day.
And also, as well, I actually read on the internet that you actually have a brand new distribution plan where you actually want the fans to text you for your music. I was wondering if you can actually shed some light on this particular subject, and of course, what actually made you decide to start up this idea?
I think it was just my rebellious underground way, you know what I'm saying? I was understanding streams and what it does for people who does successful, you know what I'm saying? It's great for them, and but it's terrible for those who, underground, what are considered underground or independent artists, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't work very well, so I decided to, since I got to send you to a whole streaming service and you still have to search my name and everything, I might as well send you straight to myself, you know what I'm saying? So you can text me at 314-408-TICS. That's 8427, you know what I'm saying? So 314-408-TICS. Text me, leave your name. I'm going to lock the city in, and when I come your way, I'm going to let you know. We drop exclusive stuff almost like every Monday, new videos, new something, new songs, new something. But that's the way you get the new album called Second Time Around also.
And I have to ask, when you actually reply back, because I do know some artists that have like automated systems that reply back, is it an automated system, or is it in fact the one and only Murphy Lee texting the individual back?
No, it's me texting back. I can use an automated system on it, you know what I'm saying, but I don't. It has some things, like if it's a contest or something, I might say text Murphy Lee at this number, you know what I'm saying, so it'll do an automatic, but when I tell you to text me, I just need to talk to you because I gotta lock you in myself. The automatic don't lock your name in and stuff like that. So I'm locking names in. I'm texting back. A lot of times it'll be people I know. You know what I'm saying, from a long time ago, or what I'm saying, came across sometime, or fans that I met a long time ago, and things of that nature. So it's super dope to reconnect. You know what I'm saying, and I think that's the only way because. Hey man, I can't keep going through all these apps when I can go straight to my fans. I'm just a real independent.
And I have to say as well, man, that is probably one of the most amazing ways to actually go about distribution, because a lot of artists nowadays, they really rely on like Spotify. They just put their song up and expecting it to blow up, man. You know what I mean? It's not really much promotion behind it. It's not very, because everyone's doing it. It's very congested on those social medias, man. So I think something like this is absolutely phenomenal to really get more noticed.
Yeah, definitely. If you're ready for this type of game, you can, and if not, do both. I would definitely do both sometimes. where you use the streaming service, but you also make sure you tap in straight to your fans. You know what I'm saying? I believe in going around. I believe hand in hand. I believe in still the face-to-face thing going on because I just know how long it lasts. I'd rather be on the road and getting to it than just sitting behind a computer and typing people. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we on. So we got the Murphy Lee Experience coming to a lot of cities, man, and it's a great show. It's comedy mixed with hip hop and R&B. You know what I mean? Live band, got a DJ set, the whole nine. Some magic tricks going on in that thing, man. It's a beautiful experience, man. A great date night. And yeah, you get to hear the new album, and yeah, it comes with everything, man. It's a super dope show that I'm taking around the country.
And also, as well, you are actually the founder and CEO of your own record label titled You See Me Entertainment. I was wondering what originally made you decide to start up this company, and of course, who is currently signed to the one and only Murphy Lee today?
Right now, it's just a family thing. We use that brand for all of our things. We got clothes, we got film, we got also got music. We also got our whole family is a talent crazy family, from wife to kids to brother to everything, man. So we just find ourselves.
I gotta say, sometimes keeping it just family and very, very close friends is the best way to do it, man. You know, less drama and less bullshit that way.
Yeah, definitely that.
But also, as well, as you mentioned a few moments ago about the Second Time Around album, recently you just dropped that. I was wondering if you can tell our listeners a bit more about this most recent release. And of course, when they do pick up a copy, what can they expect from it?
A great music, man. Good music, good vibes. You know what I'm saying? It's well-rounded, well put together. Man, it's a lot of fan homage, great beats, cool features. I got some great subject matters. Man, the ins and outs and the ups and downs and everything's there. It's like 21 years of information, man. It's pretty cool. I love this album to death. This is where we're touring. It's pretty crazy. So I think everybody needs to check it out. This is one of those albums that everybody needs. So like I said, you can text me at 304-408-6 TICS.
And also as well, I actually have a song locked and loaded actually from this project to give listeners a taste of what they're going to get when they do text that number. And I'm going to be playing the song Still At It immediately following this broadcast. And for listeners that haven't already heard this song, what can they expect from it when I play it here first on the FM dial here in Canada?
Still At It is a pretty special track, man. There's a 15-year-old producer from Denver, Colorado, by the name of Blue Strips Only, man, and he's an amazing kid, man, and he literally gave me one of these crazy beats, and it's a story, man. You know, I'm talking that stuff, so I'm glad you picked that song. It's pretty cool. That's the last song on the album too, and it's Still At It, man. I love that song.
But I have to ask, other than this tour you're actually planning right now, and of course, you know, this brand new record, what is next for yourself, Murphy Lee? Is there anything we happen to miss during this broadcast? Anything else you do still want to talk about or promote? Well, we still got you here live on the Canadian FM dial this evening.
Oh man, just start me on Instagram, man, and just check me out, man. I'm doing some good stuff, man. I got things going on, but we do have the clothes at UCMEmarketplace.com, UCMEmarketplace.com, and check us out, man. You see me clothing. We got some things, man, some fresh gear for you.
And I gotta say as well, I was looking at your merch, and I gotta say you have some phenomenal St. Lunatics gear actually in stock as well, man. I definitely need to pick myself up a hoodie very, very soon.
Man, appreciate that. Double up, man.
But also, Murphy, this is the time quickly right before I wrap things up, man, that I give a chance for the individual that does slide into the radio station airwaves, just a chance to give, like, shout-outs to whomever they want to give shout-outs to, but most of all, your social media handles. And I already know that you are an icon within hip-hop, but just in case individuals aren't that tech-savvy and don't really know how to search people up, if you can, drop them social media handles. That way our listeners can follow you and stay more updated on everything Murphy Lee.
Yeah, man, everything Murphy Lee, man, you'll get right to me. Just put in Murphy Lee, and I promise you, just look for the blue checks. Nothing there, man. I'm all in. And but you can go to newmurph.com, and that'll get you everything. You also can go to store.newmurph.com, and that'll get you straight to the album. Or you can text the number 314-408-68427, and I can get you a link to anything you want.
And I gotta say, first and foremost, Murphy, but before we part ways, man, I just gotta say thank you so much for making years of monumental music, man. Me personally, I grew up on your music. I grew up a huge St. Lunatics fan and everything you've done, man. So I just want to say thank you for making music that not only I had the opportunity to admire for so many years, but listeners all over the world, man. Thank you so much, and I'm definitely looking forward to much more Murphy Lee in the future, man, because I know you've only just begun.
Man, definitely, man. You know, I appreciate it, man. Thank you for reaching out. And, yeah, man, this album crazy, man. I appreciate any help. I love it.
Hey, man, you are most certainly welcome, man. Your music helped me through a lot of difficult times in my life, man. So, now that I have the resources, I just love giving back to the artists that helped me when I was younger, man. So thank you so much again, Murphy.
Yeah, appreciate it. Glad to be a part.
You are most certainly welcome, man. Definitely have yourself a wonderful night in St. Louis, man, and definitely stay safe with that snow.
Definitely. You too.